Red Bull is in trouble after the FIA responds to McLaren's request. Ferrari gives a shocking response to Miami GP drama, and Verstappen has been spotted testing a GT3 car as his future is under question. Let's get into the latest F1 news. In a recent development that has captured the attention of the motorsport world, the FIA has responded to proposals made by McLaren's CEO, Zak Brown. This comes after Red Bull's controversial hints regarding alleged illegal practices by McLaren. So, what exactly is going on? Zak Brown is advocating for financial penalties for teams that make frivolous complaints, aiming to curb what he sees as distractions in the sport. He argues that protests should not be brought forward without substantial evidence and has gained the backing of FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem. Together, they propose that teams should submit a sizable deposit when filing protests to deter frivolous claims. The origins of this proposal can be traced back to allegations made at the end of last season. Reports emerged from Germany suggesting Red Bull believed McLaren was injecting water into their tires to enhance cooling, although no evidence has surfaced to support this claim. Understandably, Brown took issue with such suggestions. He made a notable statement during the Miami Grand Prix by writing "tire water" on his water bottle, making sure to drink from it when the cameras were rolling. This was not merely a playful jab. It underlined a more serious concern within the paddock. The water bottle was poking fun at a serious issue, Brown explained. He elaborated by saying that teams historically make baseless allegations against others, with some teams focusing on this strategy more than others. Brown insists that there should be a formal process for protests, requiring teams to disclose the source of their allegations and even put down financial backing. There's a proper way to protest a team at the end of the race, he noted, emphasizing the need for structure surrounding how complaints are made. He suggests that if teams were required to commit financially to their claims, it could lead to more responsible behavior and lessen the volume of unfounded allegations. This would clean up the bogus allegations that happen in this sport, which are not very sporting, he said. As the sporting community awaits further developments, the FIA's stance could have significant implications for how teams approach competition and disputes in the future. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest updates on this evolving story. If someone believes there's a technical issue in Formula One, they have the right to voice it, but with a catch. They must put it in writing and back it with a monetary commitment. This proposition by McLaren's Zak Brown aims to tackle the spate of unfounded allegations. If a complaint is proven incorrect, the financial burden would fall against the team's cost cap. Recently, FIA President bin Sulayem backed this idea, suggesting a figure of up to $50,000 to formalize complaints. His stance is clear: you cannot just accuse someone without a written complaint. This new approach seeks to deter baseless claims and promote fair play within the sport. The cost cap, introduced in 2021, has enhanced competitiveness in F1. However, bin Sulayem hinted that there might be a plan to eliminate it in the future, potentially resolving many of the headaches that teams face today. Meanwhile, McLaren's Zak Brown recently made waves by reaching out to Max Verstappen's management, expressing excitement about his communications. In other news, Christian Horner responded playfully to Brown's recent remarks regarding a bottle of tire water, showcasing the lighthearted banter that exists between teams. As we anticipate the FIA's next moves, these developments could reshape the landscape of competition in F1. Stay tuned for further updates as we continue to follow this intriguing saga in the world of motorsport. Ferrari's recent performance at the Miami Grand Prix has stirred quite a bit of discussion, especially among fans and analysts. With Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton both reporting mounting frustrations over their race, you'd think the team might be feeling the heat. Surprisingly, team principal Fred Vasseur emerged from the ordeal with a different perspective. Despite the 7th and 8th place finish for Ferrari, Vasseur believes they executed their strategy effectively. Looking just at the race results would give a skewed view of the intense emotions felt by both drivers throughout the event. On the track, Leclerc and Hamilton were closely matched in their SF25s, but they struggled to reduce the gap to the Mercedes driven by Kimi Antonelli. The pair even requested to be allowed to pass one another, hoping to gain an advantage over their rival. But Ferrari's decision-making process left both feeling frustrated, with Hamilton cheekily suggesting during his wait for a response, "Have a tea break while you're at it. Come on." Still, Vasseur stood by his team's actions, confident that they made the right calls under challenging circumstances. Speaking to Sky Sports F1, he explained the decisions made during the race. He highlighted how Hamilton was given a chance to advance after switching to a softer tire compound, emphasizing that it was essential for them to allow Hamilton to move ahead of Leclerc to chase down Antonelli. Vasseur maintained that despite the outcome, the team's approach was sound. Although neither driver could catch the Mercedes during the race, Vasseur displayed sympathy for their mid-race frustrations. He understands that both Leclerc and Hamilton are champions who consistently strive for victory, and he knows those ambitions can lead to discontent when team orders are involved. "We are asking them to let their teammate go." 9. It's not easy. It's never easy, he acknowledged, reiterating that these decisions come from the team's internal policy. Ultimately, while the drivers' frustrations are valid, Vasseur insists that the effectiveness of the team's strategy should not go unnoticed. In his view, it was the team's overall effort that mattered, and through their communication and strategy, they sought to maximize their chances on the track, despite the emotions that inevitably came into play. 9. As we look ahead to future races, it's clear that Ferrari will need to continue refining their strategies and addressing driver concerns to enhance performance while keeping morale high. The balance between fostering competition among teammates and executing team directives makes for a complex dynamic that Ferrari must master moving forward. The recent race brought to light the complexities of teamwork in F1, especially for Ferrari. Vasseur, the team principal, acknowledged the challenges of making split-second decisions from the pit wall. He expressed confidence in the team's judgment, but recognized the frustration drivers feel in high-stakes moments. Hamilton's attitude was a focal point during the race, particularly after encountering issues with team communication. He voiced his concerns over the radio, prompting speculation about his trust in the team's decisions. Vasseur reassured that trust remains intact between him and the drivers, emphasizing that decisions are made in real time based on the unfolding situation on the track. The race dynamics added layers of tension, with commentary hinting at Hamilton's frustration stemming from strategic delays. As these high-pressure scenarios unfold, maintaining clarity in communication becomes essential. In conclusion, the intricate dance of driver instincts, team strategy, and communication needs careful navigation as Ferrari aims to enhance performance and strengthen team cohesion. Understanding driver perspectives will be key as they move forward in the racing season. Max Verstappen has recently stirred the pot with his comments about his future in Formula One, hinting at what could lie ahead as he navigates his racing career. Known for his ambition and talent, Verstappen has expressed interest in exploring other racing series outside of F1. It's a direction that has intrigued fans, especially as they see him testing a GT3 sports car at the Nürburgring. Amidst this backdrop, many have speculated about how long Verstappen intends to stay in Formula One. Ahead of the Miami Grand Prix, he addressed these concerns directly with ESPN. Despite the ongoing challenges, including an uncompetitive RB21 and the FIA regulations drama, Verstappen revealed he has no immediate plans to leave the sport. In fact, he affirmed that he intends to compete for at least a few more years, specifically mentioning his contract, which runs until 2028. The uncertainty surrounding Verstappen's future had been heightened by his historical comments about not wanting to continue in Formula One past his 40s. This acknowledgement further fueled the speculation, especially as fans are aware of the personal and professional changes he's experiencing. Balancing his identity as a world champion and considering a family, the question of how long he'll keep racing in F1 remains ever present. During his conversation in Miami, he directly responded to the notion that he does not want to race in F1 forever. He confirmed that while he is committed until 2028, his future beyond that will depend on what projects come his way. Ultimately, his perspective seems to pivot around the idea that everything beyond the 2021 championship is a bonus. His outlook reflects a blend of ambition and pragmatism. By framing the future as a series of opportunities rather than obligations, Verstappen creates an intriguing narrative for fans and pundits alike. It leaves us pondering what's next for this young champion, who already views his legacy with a sense of lightheartedness and adventure. As the F1 landscape continues to evolve, one can only hope to see what new challenges and victories lie ahead for Verstappen, both within the world of Formula One and beyond. As we delve into the ever-evolving saga of Max Verstappen, we find a champion whose love for racing remains unwavering. He recently shared that his commitment to the sport hinges on his enjoyment and personal connection. This sentiment is particularly poignant as he navigates the complexities of fatherhood and the shifting dynamics of Formula One. Amid the changes within the sport, Verstappen openly expressed concerns about feeling censored, especially with the FIA's recent regulations limiting athlete speech. This speaks volumes about the newfound pressures in the world of racing. As he embarks on this new chapter as a father to his baby girl, Lily, we can't help but wonder how these personal and professional shifts will impact his career moving forward. Could these developments influence his decision to remain in Formula One? Verstappen's future appears promising yet uncertain. While we know he'll be on the grid at least until 2028, there are myriad factors at play that could shape the coming years. Transitioning into other aspects of the F1 season, let's take a closer look at some noteworthy developments. Recently, Max Verstappen has taken on a new persona, appearing as Franz Hermann in a secret GT3 test. This unique venture showcases his multifaceted talent beyond just the F1 circuit, hinting at an exciting future both on and off the track. Now, speaking of challenges, there's talk of Yuki Tsunoda bringing a fresh dynamic to Red Bull Racing, potentially as Verstappen's most formidable teammate yet. This competition could elevate the stakes, stirring up exciting rivalries within the team. And rivalry is certainly what we see between Oscar Piastri and Verstappen this season. The previous battles have made headlines, fueling discussions among fans and commentators alike. From fierce laps to strategic play, both drivers embody the spirit of competition that F1 thrives on. In a lighter moment, Juan Pablo Montoya recently poked fun at a particularly annoying trait of Verstappen during the Miami Grand Prix. This playful jab only adds to Verstappen's complex public persona, reminding us that even champions are not immune to the quirks of competitive sports. As we look toward the future of Formula One, various elements come into play. The F1 2025 driver lineup is shaping up, with many eager to see where each racer stands. Meanwhile, Verstappen's performance has also made headlines, topping penalty points this season, while Carlos Sainz benefited from a recent boost. Across the board, the world of Formula One continues to captivate, evolving with every race and every story. As we navigate these twists and turns, one thing is clear: Max Verstappen remains a name to watch, and his journey in the realm of Formula One is far from over. Stay tuned for more thrilling updates, insights, and analysis from the world of F1. Whether it's the intricacies of racer dynamics, emerging talents, or the legacy of champions, we've got you covered. We're diving into an intriguing moment from the recent Miami Grand Prix involving Lewis Hamilton and Martin Brundle, particularly focusing on Hamilton's radio communication that caught Brundle's attention. During the race, Lewis Hamilton made some fiery comments that had everyone on edge, but it was his phrase, "you guys," that stood out to Martin Brundle. Why? Because Brundle interpreted it as Hamilton pointing frustratedly at Ferrari's tactics with a clear message: "It's not us, it's you." Hamilton, known as a massive team player, experienced noticeable tension with teammate Charles Leclerc during the event. This frustration stemmed from team orders and a struggle with performance on the track. The competition between Hamilton and Leclerc looked tense right from the start. Both Ferrari drivers were navigating lower ranks, with Leclerc switching between medium and hard tires, while Hamilton struggled with his hard-medium strategy. With Kimi Antonelli ahead, Hamilton was eager to get past, but was initially told to hold his position, which did not sit well with him. After some negotiation, he was allowed to race past, but by then it was too late for a successful overtaking attempt. Then came a twist. Hamilton was later instructed to let Leclerc back in front, which led to him sarcastically wondering whether he should also let Carlos Sainz through as he faced pressure from a rival. This brought out Hamilton's frustration, leading to the memorable declaration, "This is not good teamwork. That's all I'm gonna say." Alongside a witty quip about needing a tea break, it was clear Hamilton's patience was wearing thin. In a podcast segment on Sky F1's The F1 Show, Martin Brundle laid out why Hamilton's expression of frustration resonated so deeply. He remarked that Hamilton's use of "you guys" was a significant departure from his usual composure, highlighting a level of sarcasm that indicated real frustration. Brundle elaborated that Hamilton must have felt quite agitated during the race, especially considering his position behind Esteban Ocon in a customer Ferrari, a scenario he certainly didn't anticipate for the season. Brundle's analysis also underscored that the situation could have been resolved more smoothly. Given the starting strategies, one driver on hard tires and the other on mediums, they should have collaborated better on track positioning. The need for Hamilton to slow down and relinquish his position to Leclerc was puzzling to many, including Brundle, who noted, "It seemed like a no-brainer that Hamilton could have simply gone past easily. Ultimately, this scenario illustrates the high-stakes drama in F1, especially concerning team dynamics and decision-making during races. Hamilton's impatience and clarity on communication underscore what every driver knows. Teamwork is paramount, but it needs to come into play effectively for everyone to succeed. So, what do you think? Should team orders always dictate the race, or should drivers have more freedom to race? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting F1 content. Following the recent Miami Grand Prix, tensions ran high, especially for Lewis Hamilton, who had some strong words over the team radio. Two key phrases stuck out: "You guys." This remark seemed to signal a shift in blame, hinting at frustrations not just with the team, but uniquely directed at the situation with Charles Leclerc. After the race, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur paid Hamilton a visit, and Hamilton candidly remarked, "Dude, calm down, don't be so sensitive." Though Hamilton maintained his composure, he noted that in the heat of the moment, players like him are under immense pressure, which can lead to more colorful commentary over the radio. He pointed out that what he shared was nothing compared to what others have said in past races, insisting that it was merely sarcasm. As it stands, Hamilton is seated in 7th place in the Drivers' Championship, lagging behind Leclerc by 12 points. Meanwhile, Ferrari is facing a daunting gap in the Constructors' Championship, trailing McLaren by a staggering 152 points. In light of these frustrations, Ferrari seems to have reached a surprising conclusion about the race dynamics, and as discussions continue around Hamilton's sassy comments, many are left speculating about the implications for future races. Could this be a turning point for team dynamics and driver communication? Join us as we dive deeper into these developments, exploring what this means for Hamilton, Leclerc, and Ferrari's future in the F1 season. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this unfolding drama in the comments below.